to some mics as he heads to the G7 summit. Let's listen in.
Fantastic audience. It was supposed to rain. They gave it a 100% chance of rain, and it didn't rain at all. It was beautiful. And so I asked if they gave it 100% chance, right? 100% it was going to rain like crazy, and it didn't rain at all. How did they predict 100 years out and 50 years out or 200 years out? They didn't do too well, the weather people, last night, but it was beautiful.
President, are you and Prime Minister Netanyahu on the same page concerning how to deal with Iran?
Well, we get along very well, and I will tell you that I think I have great respect for each other.
Can you give us a solution?
Go ahead, what?
Mr. President, can you give us a sense of what you're doing to try to de-escalate the situation between Iran and Israel?
Well, I hope there's going to be a deal. I think it's time for a deal, and we'll see what happens. But sometimes they have to fight it out, but we're going to see what happens. I think there's a good chance there'll be a deal. What? So the protesters, if we didn't have the National Guard on call and ready, they would rip Los Angeles apart. They come and they check and they say, is the National Guard going to be there? And if the National Guard's being there, they don't even show up.
Have you asked Israel to pause their airstrikes into Iran?
Well, I don't want to say that.
Mr. President, do you expect to have some trade deals announced at the G7 summit coming up?
Look, we have our trade deals. All we have to do is send a letter. This is what you're going to have to pay. But I think we'll have a few new trade deals, yeah.
Will the U.S. continue to support the defense of Israel? Will the U.S. continue to support Israel in its defense?
We do, yeah. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, you're just listening into that as President Trump taking questions just mere moments ago as he heads to the G7 summit with other world leaders in Canada. You can see him getting on Marine One to head to Joint Base Andrews. So we're following that very closely here on Live Now from Fox. He talked about the ongoing conflict between Iran and Israel, saying it's, quote, time for a deal, saying he's optimistic about that. But he also mentioned that, quote, sometimes they have to fight it out. So we were hearing reporting from the Associated Press and Reuters that President Trump vetoed an Israeli plan to kill the Iran supreme leader, so no comments about that, but saying they will continue to support Israel, also commenting about the ongoing protests and unrest in Los Angeles. You heard talking about the National Guard, and then also mentioning the G7 summit, as he said there might be a few new trade deals taking place as the world leaders come together. Lots of conversations, though, will be about all those on the international front. All right, we're watching that here on Live Now from Fox, and we sometimes just have to move quickly to other events as they happen in real time to make sure you're up to speed on all of the latest. Let's get back out.